silent and working.
Where's Mr. David?
Mr. David's sick today, so I'm going to be filling in for the first half and the second half. You have 1 more minute.
When?
Yeah, we're going to go over this as a class, but everybody should be silent for the last 30 seconds. Brianna is quiet. Alright. Wani is doing the work. Alright, we're going to go over this. So, alright, so can somebody come up here and solve this first problem? Wani, I saw you doing it. Do you mind solving this? No, the first one? Alright, so we'll go over this as a class. So, what's the way that we learned last week how to solve this and how to solve this in our slope form and our y-intercept form? The problem was on. Oh. Okay, everybody needs to be silent. So, what was y equals mx plus b? You all remember that? Yes. Yes. Slope-intercept form. So, how would we get this in y equals mx plus b? Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, Monty. Subtract 3 from both sides. So that's what we're going to do to get this on our y equals mx plus b. So we subtract 3 to both sides. So we cross that out, and what we do to one side, we must do to the other. And now we have y equals 9x. So what is my slope here? Yes. It's not 9x. No. It's
9.
just 9. So remember, our x in y equals mx plus b is not a part of our slope. Our m is our slope. And our m is our 9 right here. This x will be a variable that we place in there. So, our slope is this. What is my y-intercept? Yes. Just here, do you know how we got 3 from that? All we have to do is place x in our 0 spot. So it'll be y equals 9 times 0 plus 3. We have this, which would equal y equals 3, which is our y-intercept. Remember, if we want to solve for our y-intercept, all we have to do is times it by 0. Okay? Alright. So now on the next one, what's my slope? Okay, I'll let you all write this down. Ayana? Our slope is our 4. It's not 4x, it's 4 because, again, so, our slope would be m, which is 4 in this, and then what would be our y-intercept? Leonard, what would be our y-intercept?
8.
Not 8. Negative 8. Remember, we're always going to put the number, the variable in front of it, which would be negative 8. Okay? Now we're going to move on today, and we're going to learn about standard form. This is a form you don't know about right now, and we're going to learn today about what the standard form is. So, I'm going to hand out some guided notes. On these guided notes, you're going to be following along. Exactly what I do. So,
Okay, can you show me that?
we have step-by-step directions on this. Make sure your name is on this. I need to give this back to Mr. David, so that way he can give you class participation points for today. And make sure on your warm-up you have your name as well. On all the documents that I give you today, make sure your name is on them. Okay. sure we're following along. We're doing this silently. If you have questions, make sure we're raising our hand.
How do you do it, sir? To make sure. Thank you.
Yes.
Excuse me. Excuse me. Can you can I trade you?
For a pencil.
Yeah, cause it's cracked.
Remember, we are silent. Jameer is silent. Jasir is silent. Wani is silent. Don't have any more pencils. Hold on one second.
I can't write with no pen.
Who needed the sharpener? Right.
Can you use this for now?
I just said I can't write with pen.
Does anybody in our class have an extra pencil?
No, I don't.
Can you give it to?
I don't.
Thank you. Okay, so on this, we see a formula up at the top. Can somebody tell me what that says at the top? Somebody read that for me. Aziza? Okay, so read what's before that. Slope intercept form, and remember, what is our slope intercept form? Wani? So slope intercept form is y equals mx plus b. And Jasir, do you mind reading that front line for me? Sorry? The first line under July 21st. Hold on, I asked. Okay, Alicia. Okay, so we realize what our slope intercept form is, and what we have from this is our standard form, which is our new formula, is 8x plus by equals c. Remember, this is our new formula. It's okay, we're gonna go over this. This is our slope form, slope intercept form, and this is our new form, the standard form. On your paper, we're gonna go over this. So that's what I'm just explaining up at the top. Everybody needs to be silent and up at the front. Okay?
We're going to first box.
I'm sorry? Yes.
Yeah, we're going to first box.
So we're gonna go over that right now. You just need to be paying attention. I'm explaining what the first line says. The first line says that we have our slope intercept form, which is y equals mx plus b, and we have our standard form, which is 8x plus by equals c. Okay? So in this first box, we see that we have to write y equals 10x minus 6 in standard form. From what we know, this is our slope intercept form, and this looks very similar to that. Okay? Everybody needs to be following along at the top. Tracy is following along. Now our first one is standard form. So we need to change this into standard form. So we have y equals 10x minus 6. And in order to get it like this, we need to get all the x's onto the y side. If we see at the first step, it says get x to the y side by inverse. So what do we need to do? Everybody needs to write this down into their first step box, and we're going to add 6 to both sides. Leonard is writing this down. Mark is writing this down. Brianna is writing this down. Jasir is writing this down. Great. Okay, so now we have y plus 6 equals 10x. Okay? Okay. So,
When you get plus 6,
Wait,
sorry. gonna put plus 6 because I'm subtracting it from this side. Now we cross out. But yes, Kiva.
That's a for the first in the first line in the first row. The letter before the equal sign is an X.
Yeah, so y equals 10x.
I said before the equal sign.
That's a Y.
Oh, it's a y. I'm sorry. Y. It's on your paper. But what we're doing. Hold on 1 second. Okay, everybody needs to be silent and up at the front. So now we have y plus 6 equals 10x. What we're actually supposed to do is get some x's onto the y side. So I actually messed up, and we have to get the 6's. 6 will stay here. It's okay, erase it. Erase what I just said. Okay, it's okay, right under it. So, we have to subtract 10x from both sides. I apologize, that was my mistake, so we're going to move forward now. Okay, so on the first step, okay, everybody needs to be silent and up at the front. I know, I was a little bit confused myself.
Mr. Diallo,
Yes,
get a new paper.
okay, 1 second. So, we're going to go ahead and we're going to subtract 10x from both sides to get my x onto the y side. So now we have y minus 10x equals negative 6. So everybody should write that down. I see Wani's writing this down. Kiva's written this down. Leonard is. Alicia, that's your warning. If you need to write this down, Jasira, that's your warning. Write this down. Okay, so we're going to go ahead. So does this look like this? Okay, silent in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Thank you. Okay, so this is starting to look like this now. So we have our y minus 10x equals negative 6. So this point is our ay. The negative 10x is our plus by.
I thought it was 8x.
8x. This isn't. Okay, so this is our ax, which is our y right here. This is our by, and this is our c. Okay. Alright, we're going to explain this again in another example.